What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a little bit more Snowrunner. So I'm going to continue off from my last video. I'm attempting to start the old sawmill. It's been a little bit of a task so far, but I thought I'd best just get it done and out of the way. But like I say, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you've all enjoyed your weekends. But without further ado, let's get stuck in. Now this route here, I saw it on the map, and it's going to be a little bit of a guessing game if I'm completely honest. I'm hoping that there's a way across it. Fingers crossed there is, otherwise I'm going to be getting stuck relatively fast. But I would imagine... there we are. So I'm kind of glad I spotted that before I committed to the route. Not a bad little truck, this. Definitely does the job. Not too sure if I like how much the suspension flexes. It looks like there's an awful lot of negative camber. Now, I'm not 100% sure if the truck is really designed that way. It probably is. But it's definitely on more of the negative side, so... Right, so I need to try and get up in there somehow. Come on, truck. Definitely a bit more on the dangerous side. There we are. Right, now I need to detach a trailer. Go in here because I need to grab the small planks for the cabins. There we are, and hopefully it's one block per cabin. So we shall definitely see. I have managed to pull the other two cabins, pre-made cabins, from the other side of the map. So that's definitely saved me a lot of work in the long run. Let's take this over to the cabin construction site and construct the last two cabins that we actually need. Then it's just going to be a simple case of grabbing the other two from the other truck, making my way over, and hopefully that's the sawmill finished. Absolutely love this game though. You know, it's definitely one of the better trucking simulators, if you want to call it that, for consoles. If you're lucky enough to be playing on the next gen version, you know, with the new 60 frames and all that sort of stuff, we've really been spoiled here. I can't wait to see what, you know, this game holds for the future, because I would imagine there's a lot more to come. I mean, with obviously the new season, they're bound to be making a new season after this one, so, you know, hopefully it's just more and more improvements, more mods too. You know, I think the modding element of this game definitely keeps it, well, will definitely keep it alive in the long run. Excuse me. But I don't think I'm going to stick around with this truck for too much longer, because I just don't like the way the whole body flexes. The wheels are a bit... Now, I don't know whether that's because my... It's probably to do with my suspension being shot. It definitely looks broken, doesn't it? According to this, there's no damage, but that definitely doesn't look normal. Let's pull this in here. No, I didn't want to do that. So it takes 2 wooden planks and 1 cargo container. That really sucks. If we delete this and recover this to the store, I'm going to retain it, and I'm also then going to sell it, because we don't want to deal with that anymore. But we are going to need 2 more wooden planks. So hopefully there is a couple more wooden planks within the area. Do you know what? I'm starting to really doubt it, if I'm honest. Wooden planks. Okay, so there's wooden planks all the way over there. So that's all right. I mean, I can make that trip. It's not too much of a problem. Um, I will just have to get a truck which is suitable enough to make that journey. So yeah. But let's do that first. Let's do that first because I know that I've got 2 cabins secured already. Well, 3 cabins secured already, and then kind of go from there really. So let's have a look at a new setup, shall we? Let's have a look at my truck storage a minute. Because ideally, I need something that's going to be big enough to navigate through that landscape. So yeah, this is the mod that I was using just here. Now I don't know whether it's because of the suspension that was added to it or not. Not entirely sure, if I'm completely honest with you. But what's this got? So all-wheel drive, okay. Diff lock switchable. So it's all switchable. That's all switchable too. Okay. That's always on. Right, okay. There's fuel capacity of 280 litres. But I really want to give the Derry Longhorn a go. In fact, the Derry Longhorn is probably one of my favourite trucks on this game, by far. Let's put the off-road suspension on it. But all of this, it says off-road excellent, mud good. And I'm just a bit concerned about that, if I'm honest, because this map is extremely muddy. $90,000. So the diff lock is always on. So that might be a decent truck to use. I'll just check the wheels a moment. Okay, so there is a wide variety of wheels to choose from. Okay, we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. We'll see what it's like. Give it the off-road. An aftermarket lift kit. I'll take that. But we want something that's going to be able to cope with the landscape that we have. So I think I'm going to go for those ones. Go for a high power medium, chuck a spare wheel on there, why not? Chuck that on there. And now we just need a standard flatbed. Oh wow. That'll do. Chuck some lights on there. I don't usually mess about too much with the customization of the trucks, if I'm completely honest. Sometimes it's nice, but I don't really focus on it too much, if that makes sense. But this truck by far should be plenty enough to be able to go up there and grab 2 lots of planks. But let's double check to make sure that it is wooden plank. Yeah, I made that mistake before for medium planks, and it's just not something that I really want to make the same mistake again on, to be honest. It's definitely a long way for wooden planks, but nothing I can really do about that. But you can kind of see where the roads merge up the hill. Right. Put my all-wheel drive on. There are some really nice sounding trucks on this game. I mean, the more smoke, the better, in my opinion. You know, the Mega Runner, Mega Cab Runner, that thing gives you an option to have max smoke on the stacks. And it is absolutely insane, almost to the point of where you can't see where you're going. But power isn't everything. You know, you can find yourself digging yourself a hole, you know. Some of these trucks have so much power, you're essentially terraforming your map. And that's why I advise to use the vanilla trucks and to get the base upgrades and stuff for those sorts of trucks. At least then, if you do it that way, when the mod browser does go down, you've got something to fall back on, you know. But it's entirely optional. We are slowly moving. So obviously, the more you go through these bits of terrain, the more routes that you use, or the same route that you use, I should say. You're always damaging it, you're always messing it up, so it's never really the same the first time you go through it. But so far, this is actually a really decent truck. You know, it's one of the truck life mod improvement mods, but it comes with a couple of trucks here and there. And I never really used it, to be honest with you, not until now. It's what I miss about the about Mud Runner. Because you used to be able to drag the winch to the point. Now it's just a bit of a hit and miss, really. I know that you can, you know, do it this way if you really wanted to. But I guess it's somewhat easier, but, you know, I prefer the older version where you could just drag the winch and drop it onto the target that you wanted to winch to. Yeah, I mean, with Mud Runner, it's not as good as this in terms of, you know, things to do. But Mud Runner does a very, very good job of at least teaching you the basics you know, the physics of the game. Snowrunner's just a bit more refined, but you get the general idea anyway. Just your standard car horn. But if you can use trucks that have permanent diff lock on, it'll definitely make things 1,000 times easier when it comes to off-roading and stuff. That's a strong old current right there. I have taken that one of the scout vehicles through that before, and I just got completely swept away. You know, it was kind of pointless, really. I don't know if any of you guys that are watching, whether you actually prefer the original maps, the first 3 that came, you know, with the game, the base game, because I would really like it if they was to make new maps, but with that style. I'm not really a huge fan of all the crafting. I much prefer just kind of like the pick up and drop off. You know, I think the game can be tedious enough, let alone having to obviously craft the items as well. Obviously it gives you more to do, and it's subjective, you know, some people may like it, but to me the first 3 maps, you know, they were the best. Just a bit worried about fuel now. Oh my goodness. And there's no winchable points at this point, so if I get stuck, that is it. But we made it through. They do such a fantastic job with these maps, though, don't they? The scenery, the environment, the physics, it's just like nothing compares. Yeah, there's nothing on consoles at the moment that compares to the physics of a game like Snowrunner. You know, I mean, I've always said it. It'd be really nice if they was to make an actual trucking game. I mean, we all know the potential of what they're capable of doing, so who knows, right? Just a bit worried about this area. That's what I was saying about the fuel. You know, even though there are a lot of vehicles, a lot of trees, sorry, to stick yourself to, it's definitely not fun getting stuck in the boggy stuff like this. But we'll take it nice and slowly anyway. I'm going to go around the outside because I've actually been through the center of this before, and if you're not prepared, you're not in a modded truck or you've got another truck around you to, you know, pull you out, you're stuck. That's it. You're not going anywhere. But you see, like, this is a modded vehicle, you know, and it goes back to what I was saying before with how I reckon they design these maps now with the understanding, the intention of you using modded vehicles. I can't think of many vanilla vehicles that would actually get through this. I mean, I'm sure there is, you know, but more or less to the point, it's not going to be a quick, you know, route. It's going to take some time. And I think I'm actually stuck. We'll try wiggling the wheels. Is there a suspension mode? No. What if I put it into a low gear? Right, okay. Yeah. I have quite literally just dug myself a hole. Let's have a look. Oh yes, that is not good, is it? Right, let's attach the winch a moment. Oof. But my only fear is the fuel, and obviously getting back across this with planks. That is going to be the only issue, I think. Let's see if there is any winchable points. Winchable points that aren't going to snap on me, you know? There we are. I think it's fantastic though, the physics. Like, if you was to park there and stop, your vehicle would sink, and then you'd be really screwed. Right, let's check the map a moment. Because what I think I need to do is actually go round that way. That looks like the route. Just don't want to have to be getting a recovery vehicle out here. But I think I will come back for that car that was stuck there. Probably bring something that's a little bit more powerful. I'll recovery truck out, see what I can do with it. Let the fun begin. I've got 166 litres. So there's quite a strong possibility that I could, I'm going to be scrimping and scraping fuel coming back. So hopefully I don't get stuck again. Because if I get stuck again, then there's no way that I'm going to make it back with the fuel that I have. Now I am tempted to go around the other side. As you can see, we're off to a great start. Right, attach winch. Let's have a look. I'm extremely grateful for those winches. I think if it wasn't a feature in the game, we would all be screwed. Right, let's not stop. Let's just keep that momentum going. Oh. Still got to cross that riverbed yet, which I'm not looking forward to, but it's much easier going back than what it was going across. Go on, truck. That was too close for comfort. I felt the whole front end of the truck lifting then. That's a beautiful thing about the force feedback. You know, especially with a game like this, you get more feel over the trucks. And with the throttle control and everything like that, it's definitely a little bit more immersive than using a controller, that's for sure. The force feedback, you can kind of get a general sense that, you know, that terrain is not safe to pass. You can kind of feel it in the wheel, the resistance that it gives you. Would be nice if they included some form of like haptic feedback for the controller, because then you kind of get a general idea of what I'm talking about. So far, I'm really impressed with this truck. It's usually the ones that you ignore, though, isn't it? You know, it's usually the ones that you put at the back of your list. You get so engrossed with using other trucks, you kind of forget the ones which really are the powerhouses. You know, the ones that pull like trains that get neglected. Let's change it to a low gear a minute. I don't want to dig a hole. See if I've actually got my shifter. Right, so that's high gear. That's neutral. That's low. Okay. And then... yeah, so I do have it mapped out, yeah. So it is possible to map your shifter out. It's just remembering what's what. So first is automatic, second is high, third is low. Oh, that was not good. That was not good. I'm kind of grateful that it's happened now. Definitely running on flats. But it's not too far around the corner now, so I'm glad that it's happened now and not back there. Yeah, 69 litres. Wow, that's definitely cutting it close. I mean, you imagine if I was to have got stuck. Would have been after us sending out the old rescue team. Old recovery team. Amazing. Fantastic stuff. So now we have 2 cabins ready to go. But I think, personally, I absolutely love this truck. The Vorongrad FR. It's a bit of a solid truck, I'm not going to lie. I was very surprised that it managed to do what it did. But we're completely stocked up on fuel now. All the parts have been repaired, so now we just need to find a suitable 2-slot trailer, and I think I'm just going to do that one. We'll go down to the cabin construction area, take the cabins up to the old sawmill, and then drive the other truck back across. And there I was, really impressed with it. And I've just dug myself a hole. Alright. We will detach the trailer then. It's quite surprising, you know, the terrain, you know, I've been over it so many times that it's just not feasible at this point. So what do I need? I need 4 slots. I'm not sure if I got a trailer. Oh, I do have a trailer with 4 slots. There we are, happy days. Now, I'll be very, very surprised if this thing can't pull through. Oh, that plumes of smoke. Love it. Definitely a vehicle to try and grab as soon as you can, because it's probably one of the best scout vehicles you can get within the game, in my opinion. It's essentially a tank, isn't it, really? But yeah, guys, down in the comments section below, let me know what your favourite trucks are, or your favourite truck, because it'd be very interesting to see what trucks people like to use. I know that the AZOV is going to be a popular choice amongst a lot of people, but you know, you'd be surprised, especially with how much some of these trucks cost. Yeah, it'd be nice to kind of get an idea of what trucks you guys like to use, and it will give the new player as well the you know, the a general idea of what trucks to buy and what trucks to avoid. I mean, personally, for me, a general rule of thumb now is not to use anything that doesn't have permanent diff lock and all-wheel drive. Doesn't mean to say that those trucks that don't have those things are bad, but it definitely makes things 100 times easier if they are on. Because I never really understood why they start the new player off with highway tires on all their trucks. At least give us like all-terrain or something, you know, considering highway tires are pretty much useless unless you're, you know, playing on one of the modded maps like highway hauling or something, but generally speaking, they're not very good. Whoa. Let's see what it's like in... Alright, let's get this into somewhat of a position ready for exiting. There we are. Like a glove. We are all set. And get this one out of the way with first, and then I can go and pick up the other one and bring it over. The Polk trailers are really good. But a little tip as well, when you're carrying a load like this, or an even bigger load for example, it's actually much more effective to use the handbrake to stop rather than using your actual brake, because what you'll find is the trucks have a tendency to jackknife, especially with long logs and stuff. So there's a little tip there for you. and it seems to work a charm for me anyway. It saved me countless hours having to go back and pick logs up or reload again because they've tipped or jackknifed or something. So yeah, I tend to use the handbrake more than I do my actual brakes themselves. Oh, I see. So I'm gonna have to bring a crane down here or something. But that shouldn't be too bad. Be too difficult. Right, let's unpack the cargo first, and then I will detach the trailer. Right, so let's go back to the garage now. We need to construct something that's going to hold a nice crane for us. The list really goes on, doesn't it? Right. See what frame add-ons this supports. Well, it doesn't support a crane. And I don't think that one will support a crane either, no. I suppose I could always take the forklift. I think I'm more inclined to use a crane, though. Does this not have a crane? Yes, it does. Okay, well, I already own one of those. So I'll just change the add-on. Hey, look. Might even change the color as well. Beautiful. Is there not a way? Yes. But the road is broken. We shall see. It's usually a way around everything. There we are, no problem. Right, now we'll just make sure that the... so we'll activate the anchor. Okay. Right, awesome. So that definitely works. Right, now let's go over to the old Goliath. So this is just essentially the 2 cabins which I got from the other side of the map. Instead of having to construct 4 different cabins, I've only had to construct 2. So I've definitely cut a little bit of work out there just for the sake of going over to the other side of the map, which I was there anyway. So I thought I may as well. Definitely a strong current through there. You know, I mean, some of the smaller vehicles, you're going to get swept away. You know, there's no doubt about that. Unless you've got some incredible winch length, you know, you can just attach yourself to the other side and pull yourself across, but pretty doubtful. Unless it's a stupidly modded vehicle. As I never say it's impossible. That's one thing I find though with the modded winches. You know, you get like 50 million dots to choose from and you can never actually find the one that you want to select. But we're nearly there. Hasn't been too bad of a mission, if I'm honest. I mean, I did prepare a lot of it earlier, but otherwise it would have just been too long for a video, in my opinion. Some of these routes are very tedious, and it does get a little bit boring, in my opinion, especially to watch. But we're finally here. Right, now what we'll do, real quickly, is we'll change the time of day. We will change truck. Of course, the truck isn't long enough. Oh, the crane, I should say. Alright, there's one. There's the second one. Right, now I just need to try and get this truck over there in a suitable position. Let's get this trailer out of the way. And there we have it. Done and done. I am very, very happy that that has finally been completed. But yeah, guys, finally the old sawmill is up and running. Like I say, I thank you so much for watching. If you do like this sort of content, then please like and subscribe. But yeah, guys, like I said, until next time, stay safe, and I shall catch you in the next one.